Let's take a look at those front pages of the newspapers now. And we're starting off with the business day. That's the one we've got for you here. Let me just open it. Okay, so we've got combat illegal mining from the top. So also taking on the whole issue of mining. Sibanye Stillwater boss calls for authorities to go after crime kingpins, not just the underground workers. And that is at the heart of it all. I mean, who's in charge of all of this? That's the reality. And the CEO, Neil Froneman, saying, when he's speaking out on illegal mining, saying law enforcement authorities must start at the top and go after the crime kingpins and the money laundering and terror financing linked to illicit mining, not just arrest the miners at the bottom. So there's a whole story there on that. And then the IMF urges aggressive fiscal strategy. So the IMF urging South Africa to adopt a more ambitious fiscal consolidation plan and consider a debt ceiling to stabilize its economy and ensure sustainable growth, is what they're saying. Companies, Mr. Price's market cap, listens to this, hit 72 billion rand. Wow, Mr. Price. And then news, illegal users cost Eskom 30 billion rand a year. Yeah, we heard that during the briefing that we showed live here on the program yesterday. So that's the business day. Let's move on to the next paper, which of course is The Star. And the front page of The Star is talking Bapedi Nation split over new Prime Minister. And elders are expressing disappointment over the lack of consultation, is what they're saying. And the Bapedi Nation is experiencing internal conflict after the appointment of former Minister and ANC heavyweight advocate Nwako Ramatlhodi as its Prime Minister. It was made by the Bapedi royal family during a media briefing in Sandton yesterday, and it left some elders shocked and feeling excluded from the decision-making process. What you're seeing there on the front page, Maputo turmoil, protesters, still problems in Mozambique, and major ones. They aim a rock at a soldier as he attempts to disperse protesters as they clash with Mozambican riot police in Maputo. So this is all following those highly contested elections. Then Posa's warning on ANC's waning support. And this is about former Umkhonto weSizwe commander and ANC Treasurer General Matthews Posa warning the ANC that it could lose further electoral support at the next election if it does not deal with the allegations of corruption within its ranks. So a big warning coming from Matthews Posa. And then finally, S&P Global upgrades Eskom's credit ratings. So that's the front page of The Star. Moving on to The Citizen now. And yeah, how true is this? Poor diets fail our kids. So nearly a quarter of children's deaths in the country are caused by severe malnutrition. And they were all under the age of 5. I hope you're listening to this. This is how sad it is. The prevalence of wasting. A child who is too thin for his own height or weight has also doubled, UNICEF Chief Health in South Africa, Dr. Sufangao says, but the health department claims that it's winning the war. So I ask you, what's the truth? That's the reality. Imagine that, dying of malnutrition under the age of 5, nearly quarter of all children's deaths. That is a shocking statistic. Another front-page photograph there. Get your act together. Supporters of the DA demonstrate outside the Johannesburg Council chamber in Braamfontein. And this is basically protesting against the city's Joburg's water issues, including the lack of resource allocation to rectify infrastructure issues. And then finally, we've got the Sowetan for you. CPF called to assault matrics, and this is the big one that they are leading with there. Rising Stars look back to their last year in the festive edition. And they're also talking about that tornado terror. I don't know if you felt it or have any details about that. We're also covering it here on the SABC News and our website. You can check that out for all the latest stories, as well as our app, SABC Plus. So download it and have it all in the palm of your hand.